Hello, this is my last assessment for the year of Canadian Academy, and next year I'll be moving to middle school. I'm really sad, so I'm expected to do a science method, yes, this, with a science experiment on it. So, my question is, will the two solutes dissolve inside a solvent? A solute is a solid, and a solvent is a liquid. Like solid is like those hard stuff. Like the particles are really stuck together and they're weak, so they don't really move. Solvents are like a little bit more apart, so they move like this. And gases are like they move a lot like this. But that's not gonna happen in my experiment. My hypothesis is that I think the two solutes will dissolve inside the solvent because like the two solids are only going to weigh 10 grams each. So I think like it's light enough to dissolve, yes. And my materials I'm going to use for this experiment is a transparent beaker right here. 3 plastic cups. These are supposed to be plastic cups, but I couldn't find any plastic cups at my house. So I sort of used some glass cups, yes. And 100 milliliters of cold water. This mouth pours in the cold water, yes. And 25 grams of salt, which is right here. And 10 grams of salt and sugar. And I'm gonna put these in with some spoons in it, yes. And this one also has a spoon in it. A really tiny spoon, yes. What else do I need? I need a gram scale for the measuring the grams, yes. And I will also need a thermometer for the temperature while I'm doing the experiment. Procedure. The first thing I have to do is pour in the 100 milliliter cold water into the transparent beaker. It's a little over 100, so I'm going to pour a little bit back in. And as you can see, it's less than 100, so I have to put in a little bit more again. And this is the 100 grams. Yes, 100 grams? 100 milliliters, sorry. I'm making a lot of mistakes here. Next thing I have to do is pour in this inside one of these. Whoa. The next thing I have to do is like observe the temperature with the thermometer. I got like 2 degrees or a little bit more, and that's what you should get. That's what you should get. So if you get that, it's probably you're doing it right, like reasonable. Yeah. Okay. So the next thing you have to do after that is measure the 10 grams of salt. So I have to put this here. Right here. Okay, so the salt. So I have to put in 10 grams. The gram scale. Okay, I'll tell you how this gram scale works. This is not good because you have to put this on first. Because if you don't put this on first, you know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen? This is going to count as one of the grams. That is not good. So first I have to put it on and then turn it on. And then I'm going to use a spoon to put it in until 10 grams. That's fine. So I just got to put another of that what I just put in. You can see that's 12 grams. I just gotta take 2. $10 grams, perfect. So 10 grams of salt looks like this. Okay, this is what 10 grams should look like. I have to do the same thing now with sugar. So yes. So yes, I have to get 10 grams. This is 10 grams, and 10 grams of sugar should look something like this. This, yes. Okay. So now I have to pour the 10 grams of salt into the cold water. I have to pour it all in. And since it's not pouring in, use this and put it in. The next thing I have to do is pour in the sugar inside the cold water. Now I have to stir it a couple of times. And I have to see if it has dissolved or not. I just have to wait a little bit more. Sorry for the little waiting. I can see that the salt dissolved half of the salt, so like 5 grams, and the sugar didn't really dissolve because it's on the bottom right now. Yes, and now I have to observe, and I think it's gonna be colder because like the salt makes water colder. And you should get like a little bit less than a little bit less than 2 degrees, or just 2 degrees. My hypothesis was like good because like I said that the solids will dissolve and the sugar didn't, but the salt had like a little bit. And I also noticed the temperature change because there was salt in it. It made it a little bit more colder. Maybe the sugar stopped it from making it colder. And as you can see, most of the salt is on top right now. Some of them has dissolved. And now my temperature, my experiment is finished. I hope you learned something and enjoyed it. Thank you.